convoy. Choose life or death.
Hey guys, it's Stuart here with another video. Today we're going to do a tank review in World of Tanks on the KV-85, which is one of my favorite tanks, if you go to my service record. Pretty bad, you know, a lot of stuff below average. Go to my KV-85, if it wouldn't, yeah. I have almost 300 battles in it. I'm making my way up to that second mark of excellence. It is one of my favorite tanks, by far. I have like 12 high calibers in it, compared to some of my other tanks. It's pretty good. And this is pretty much my favorite tank, along with the ELC and Cromwell B. So to begin with, we're going to start off with the gun. Now you have three choices of guns. The tier 6 gun, don't use that one at all. Definitely not worth it. Make sure you get your way up to these two guns. It depends on what you like. I would definitely recommend the 100mm, even though it has worse damage and worse penetration. This gun, I absolutely hated it. This gun is very, very good. I'll show you the DPM in a minute on Tanks GG. But otherwise, for like equipment, I just recommend enhanced gun laying drive. I like getting off a lot of snapshots and all that. Also, a large caliber tank gun rammer. You know, maybe vents or something. Like, I just really recommend the tank gun rammer and the enhanced gun laying drive. So now, if we head on to Tanks GG, we'll see that the DPM with the 122mm is 1220, which is actually pretty poor. And the reason I suggest using the 100mm is because of this. It has way better DPM, way better reload, a little less damage, a little less penetration, way better rate of fire, better aim time, better accuracy, turret traverse, ammo capacity, and shell cost is a lot cheaper anyway, so I would just recommend that one overall. Also, this tank is also quite maneuverable. I'll show you guys a replay in a minute here. It has a nice engine, V21S or V2IS, either way. Yeah, I mean, the engine, it's pretty good. I mean, this tank can get around pretty fast. Top speed is 34. I mean, it's not that much, but it really stays up there, and I'm pretty sure you don't really have to research any engine, if I'm correct. Yeah, if you want to get to the IS, you're going to have to research a new engine, but it's pretty cheap from what I know. So if we just go back up into here. It has pretty good traverse, ground resistance. I mean, it's okay, nothing special. Everything else, the armor is kind of a letdown if you go to the 3D model. Frontal armor, very weak. At best, you're going to be getting like, 120 on like a very small section of your frontal plate. If we go into the visual version, you'll be able to see just this very small brim right here. It's going to be pretty rare that you actually do hit that, so yeah. Side scraping, I wouldn't recommend doing it. I just recommend angling at best. And when you go to the turret armor, it's actually pretty nice. On the cheeks, you have around 250 to 300. I'm pretty sure at some spots you can get, yeah, like right up here. So very well angled. And also the mantle. I mean, it's a lot weaker than the cheeks, but it is spaced armor, so, you know, heat shells might have trouble. There's a lot of armor right here, like, don't even shoot there. And although this may seem like a weak spot, it's a lot less weak, or it's a lot stronger than frontal armor and, like, some parts of the turret. Now, the worst thing about this tank, if you go to see the gun depression, 2.5 degrees, 3 degrees at best. And 3 degrees, that is what is going to be killing you, the gun depression, like. Some of the very tiniest slopes could really get you killed here, like you're trying to shoot someone and you just can't find the shot on them. It works best on really flat ground or when you're shooting down on somebody. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like, that's the biggest drawback of this tank by far. Now, I'm going to show you guys one of my replays from the tank, and I'll see you guys in a minute once that's loaded up. Alright guys, here you have it. Me playing in the KV-85. I'm pretty sure this was in the new artillery patch, 8.1. Let's just ignore the camera movement for a moment. I'm here with my friend Jigsaw from WCMF, the clan that I'm in. And we are on Runeberg, and we are mid-tier. And yes, this is the new matchmaking, so the new artillery update is out. And I think you guys are going to like this one. So here's the tank, all of its glory. And yeah, here we go. So I'm going to put it back into regular view. Alrighty, so I'm just going to start off like any typical battle in a heavy tank on Runeberg. I'm just going to head right down to the city, because that's where you can, you know, that's where the tank works best. And as well, like, it works well with the gun depression as well. Because, you know, if you were trying to go into the field, you know, it's not the best place for heavies, and it's also, you know, it has kind of uneven ground, so it would be kind of hard to work with the gun up in that, E0 section. Now I see a Skoda coming down, being chased by our Leopard. Leopard is kind of scouting. Jigsaw stops to see if he can get a shot off. He's going to try to work that corner there with the T-25 AT. And I'm basically just going to try to get a shot on him, but I realize that he's in cover. So I'm going to back up because I don't really want to advance too far here. And our Leopard is now pinned down. And you see the Skoda over here. I'm just going to snap a shot off. Has pretty good accuracy. And the reload is really quick, actually. That's what I love about this tank. So Jigsaw saves our Skoda. I put a shot into the T-25 AT just to kill him off. Pretty good start to the game. It's 2-0. And an OI experimental starts swinging around the corner. Put a big shot into his frontal plate. Jigsaw bounces, but Jigsaw also bounces the OI experimental. And our KV-85 finishes him off. And boom. Yeah. Our OI just got ammo racked by their T-29. Which, it got rid of some of our greatest help here, because T-29 is a tough nut to crack. Don't really have a shot on him at all right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get around the back of him, get a shot into the KV-1, but it's absorbed by the tracks. Now the T-29, although it does have a really tough turret armor, he's not side-scraping to its ability, and I missed the KV-1 again. I don't know what's up. But the frontal armor of the T-29 is very weak. You see that little machine gun port? That's a weak spot. I think it only has about 70 millimeters of armor. And then I take a big hit from the T-29. So now that I know that he's on his long 13-second reload, or whatever he could get that down to, snap a shot into him and track him. And there's also a VK down there. Jigsaw puts a shot into the T-29. T-29 just fired. Trying to get a shot at an unangled frontal plate, and I manage. So now I know that the T-29 just missed his shot again, and Jigsaw also bounced his off the T-29, so I'm just going to take my time and aim. And the VK is starting to make its way around. Then I see that there's a T-150 and the KV-1 on my left, and it's just our KV-85 trying to hold them off. So I know I need to kill that T-29 as quick as possible, and try to get around to help that, trying to help our KV-85. So I tried trying to find a shot into the VK. Luckily it connects. He's bouncing a lot of shots off me. I don't think he has a fully upgraded gun, so I'm just going to ignore him for now. And I'm sneaking around here, seeing what I can do, and ooh, he's not going to know what to even hit him. Both of these people, neither of them know that I'm coming from behind. I think they're just kind of accepting their fate, and I somehow bounce off the back of a KV-1. No idea how that happened. I even like went into Tanks GG just to inspect, like, see what's going on there. And it was at this moment I realized that I've done 2,000 damage. And I also finish off the T-29. So I'm trying to turn around. The VK is now dead. I'm pretty sure Jigsaw finished him off. Not too sure, wasn't paying attention, but that's good because he was posing a threat to my flank there. So now we're moving up into their base. They only have around, what? Oh god. They have 6 people left. I'm seeing if I could get a top gun here. Spoiler alert, I don't. I start biffing all my shots, but you know, gotta take your chances. Sometimes a team will be pretty nice to you and let you have it. Sometimes you gotta earn it, and that's what they forced me to do this time. So I see the VK just hiding off in the woods. Take my time and aim, because he's kind of at a long range, and the M44 takes out my friend Jigsaw. Now, taking another shot. Hit it. Very low roll, though. Only 198. It's a little disappointing, because I may have been able to get him with this shot. But I miss anyway, so it doesn't matter. So right now what I'm doing is I'm moving up, and I see the M41 HMC. And at this part, you know, I don't have too many top guns. I mean, I kind of get a little nervous around this point in the game. So my shots, a lot of them are going to miss. I get really anxious, but I take a big hit from the M44, repair that. And you see, here's that 3 degrees of gun depression. I took a hit from that VK. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get a shot off into him. I get a shot, and yeah, he finishes me off. So let's just speed up the replay here. After I'm finished off with 3,057 damage, our M4 is sitting in the cap here. Panzer IV, T-34, they're all kind of moving around here, trying to find the remaining enemy tanks. Looking around back at the M4, he's doing some good circles on the cap circle, avoiding their M44. And, ooh, there's a close encounter right there with that T-34-100. I thought they were gonna run into each other there and reset the cap. But luckily, the M4 Sherman stays in cap, and we win. Now, let's take a look at the results screen. Pull it up right here. Mastery Badge. Fighter, for destroying 4 or 5 enemy vehicles. Fire for effect. Cause more damage to enemy vehicles than the hit points of your vehicle. That is my #1 recommendation to get better stats. Because I learned that to gain WN8, you should deal more damage than the hit points of your vehicle. And, of course, high caliber for my 3,057 damage. My friend Jigsaw, he also did pretty well. 2 kills, 777 damage. And I only made a profit of 24,000, but, I mean, that's expected, because I did fire a lot of shots and used my consumables. And 1,347 base experience, which is pretty dang good. Hey guys, welcome back to the second half of my KV-85 review. This replay is a little more recent. Played this game about an hour ago, maybe a little less, I'm not too sure. But back in the KV-85, this time I'm not with Jigsaw, just by myself. And we're bottom tier on Pilsen, pretty sure it's the Czech map. Don't really know much about this map, and don't really like it that much, but I mean, hey, I had a pretty good game for bottom tier, and you guys will see. So, right now, I'm headed over to the buildings 2 and 3 on the map, and that's where most of the heavy tanks kind of brawl out. Like, if they don't have a lot of armor, you'd normally head, let's see. If you don't have a lot of armor, you'd normally be heading, like, around here. Otherwise, you'd be in these buildings around there. But, I'm headed up. T-34-1 is advancing, and he spotted a KV-85, enemy KV-85, who was using the 122mm, I'm pretty sure. And also, on our right here, we have our SU-122-44 advancing. Now, we don't spot anything else, so everybody just starts to go in here. And, yeah, I start moving up. The Ferdinand also starts moving up. And I have a little bit of bad luck here and take the hit from the OHO. Now, I don't realize this, but my gunner's dead, and I have a bit of a jingles game and missed my first shot. It was around now that I realized that, yeah, I bounced my shot on the KV-85 next. So I heal my gunner, and I see the Tiger, shoot at the front plate, and bounce again. So we aren't off to the greatest start. Our Ferdinand just goes all the way in, and I put a second shot into the Tiger's front plate, only dealing 115 damage. Now I see that the Chiri and their Jumbo are moving around. I start making progress around here with the Ferdinand, put a shot into the Chiri. I know I can penetrate him frontally, unlike the Jumbo. Pop out again. Try to get a shot into the jumbo. Just put it into the Cheery because it's a lot softer of a target. Come around again, see the Cheery, and decide to put it through the side of the jumbo. Cheery's coming back around, kind of oblivious as to what's happening behind him. Put a shot right into the back of him, 226 damage, and the Ferdinand comes around and boom. Next is the Oh-Ho. I'm not too sure about which way he's pointing, but his back is to us, so I just put a shot into there. And I try to side hug him so he can't put a shot into us. He can't put a shot into any of us right now because he's kind of up on an incline, and his tank is a little tall. And the Ferdinand finishes him off. Now I see a Jagdtiger 88 centimeter, the little brother of the really dangerous tank, and I missed the shot. Next up, my victim is a Bulldog. Put a shot right into the side of him. Doesn't really matter where you aim it when you're shooting at a Bulldog with 170 millimeters of penetration. And side of the turret to finish him off for 5 damage. And there's only one tank remaining now, and it's a Jagdtiger 88 centimeter. Boom, put 268 damage into him. And that is the end. Now, I don't have the result screen, but I'll tell you I did get a mastery badge and top my team on damage and experience earned. Now, thank you guys for watching the KV-85 review. Hope you enjoy, hope you go and pick up on these tanks. Really, really good. One of my favorite tanks, and I'll catch you guys later.